नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome all of you for today's Bhagavad Gita session. So we have now reached chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 11 is called the universal form, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. So in this chapter, upon the request of Arjuna, Lord Krishna reveals his universal form. Specifically, there are different occasions where Krishna showed his universal form to different personalities. But the universal form which he is revealing to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra is specifically the Kala Rupa, the form of the Lord as the time, eternal time. And Arjuna was able to see the effect of this war, outcome of this war, by seeing the Vishwarupa or universal form of Krishna. Arjuna was able to see how everybody, all the great Kuru warriors, Bhishma, Drona, Ashwathama, Karna, all of them entering into the dazzling mouths, fiery mouths of the universal form. And that means all the personalities on the war field, except for the Kauravas, are all destined to die. Krishna revealed that through the universal form to Arjuna. And in this chapter, Krishna also speaks the famous line. He says, Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. It is the universal form speaks this. He says, O Savyasachi. Savyasachi is one of the names of Arjuna. Savyasachi means one who can shoot arrows continuously at great speed. That is one of the qualities of Arjuna. So he is called Savyasachi. So, O Savyasachi, just be an instrument in my hands. I have already decided what the outcome of this battle is going to be, and you are also seeing that Bhishma, Drona, everybody are going to be killed by my arrangement. I want you to be an instrument in my hands. So that is what Krishna speaks in this chapter. And the last verse of this chapter, Prabhupada calls as the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Mat karma krin mat paramo mat bhakta sangha varjitaha. Krishna says, do my work. Mat karma krin, do my work. Mat paramo, considering me to be the goal of all your activities. Bhakta sangha varjita, become my devotee. And sangha varjitaha, give up all material associations. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu, don't consider anybody to be your specific enemy. Just act on my behalf. And by doing this, you will come back to me. So this is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada says, we will discuss that verse also towards the end. So we will just go through the entire chapter. This chapter has 55 shlokas. So the entire chapter we will go through. Why actually Arjuna asks Krishna to reveal his universal form? That's a very important point Prabhupada makes in the first few purports that we have to discuss. So the chapter begins with Arjuna's speech. Arjuna speaks. Arjuna said, I have heard your instruction on confidential spiritual matters, which you have so kindly delivered unto me, and my illusion is now dispelled. That means the 9th chapter which we discussed last week, which is called the most confidential knowledge, Just by hearing that knowledge, all of Arjuna's illusion was gone. Right? Mohoyam vigataha. Mohoyam vigato mama. Arjuna is saying, by your transcendental confidential instructions, paramam guhyam adhyatma sannitam, all my illusion is dispelled. Right? That means at the end of 9th chapter only, Arjuna's illusion is all gone. Now he is asking some more things. Let us see what he asks. O lotus-eyed one, Kamala Patraksha, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity as realized through your inexhaustible glories. O greatest of all personalities, Purushottama, O supreme form, Parameshwara, though I see here before me your actual position, I yet wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. So the original form of the Lord is two-handed form. Vishwarupa is not the original form of Krishna. Vishwarupa is actually a material form. And the original form of Krishna is Dvibhuja Shyama Sundara Muralidhara. That is the original form of Krishna. And Krishna was already displaying that to Arjuna. Krishna appeared in his original form, that is his two-handed form. But Arjuna is saying, I still wish to see that form of yours by which you have appeared, entered into this cosmic manifestation. How you have entered into this material world, into this Vishwa, I want to see that form. Can you please reveal? So Prabhupada explains in the purport, Arjuna was fully convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But in the future, there will be people who will claim themselves to be God. So whenever somebody claims themselves to be God, then you should ask, can you please show your Vishwarupa? Right? So to free all doubts about Krishna's supremacy, Arjuna wanted Krishna to display his universal form. Not about his doubts in the minds of people of this world. There will be people who will worship some fake incarnation, who will believe that somebody is God like that. So to free them from all their confusions, Arjuna asked Krishna to show his universal form. So Prabhupada writes that since the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is present within Arjuna himself. Therefore, he knows the desire of Arjuna, and he can understand that Arjuna has no special desire to see him in his universal form, for he is completely satisfied to see him in his personal form of Krishna. But he can understand also that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince others. He did not have any personal desire for confirmation. Krishna also understands that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to set a criterion, for in the future there would be so many impostors who would pose themselves as incarnations of God. The people therefore should be careful. One who claims to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to the people. So it was not that Arjuna had doubt about Krishna's supremacy, because already in the 10th chapter, Arjuna accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead when he said, Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. He said, oh Supreme Lord, you are the Supreme Lord, you are the Param Brahma, and you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Arjuna already had this realization, but to convince all of us, Arjuna is requesting Krishna to display his universal form. And then you see how he is requesting the Lord. This is very interesting. In verse 4, Arjuna says, if you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that universal self. So he's saying, if you feel that I am qualified to see that form, then you please reveal. So this is the mood of a devotee. In spiritual life, there is nothing called claiming rights. We don't have rights. Oh, I'm chanting Hare Krishna mantra from so many years. So I'm a devotee from so many years. Krishna, now you must come and show me yourself. You cannot demand. In spiritual life, there is no question of demanding. In spiritual life, all transactions between the Lord and the devotees are based on the causeless mercy of the Lord. If the Lord becomes merciful, then He will reveal Himself to us. If the Lord becomes merciful, then He will give us more and more service opportunities. It's not that you can demand. So Arjuna is not demanding. He's saying, if you think I am qualified to see that cosmic form of yours, then please mercifully show me that form. Now the Lord speaks. The blessed Lord said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Prutha, behold now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of very divine forms, multicolored like the sea. O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Rudras, and all the demigods. Behold the many things which no one has ever seen or heard before. So this is a form that Krishna is revealing. He's going to reveal which no one has seen before. Adrushta Purvam. Drushta means to see. Adrushta means not seen. Purvam means before. Before, no one has seen this form. You are the first one to see this form. Then you may say, oh, when Krishna went as a peace messenger to the court of Dhritarashtra and the stupid Duryodhana tried to arrest Krishna, that time Krishna had shown his universal form. Why is Krishna saying that this is Adrushta Purvam, not seen by anybody before? As I already said, that form is different from this form. Each time when Krishna showed his universal form, there are at least 3 or 4 times this description comes in the Mahabharata where Krishna revealed his universal form. Each of these are different to serve different purposes. So here Krishna is saying that within my universal form, you will be able to see the Adityas, the 12 Adityas, Dvadasha Adityas, the sons of Aditi, who are all of the category of Devatas. You will also be seeing the Ekadasha Rudras, the 11 expansions of Lord Shiva, and you will see all the Devatas, including Lord Brahma. So you will be able to see now. Whatever you wish to see can be seen all at once in this body. This universal form can show you all that you now desire, as well as whatever you may desire in the future. Everything is here completely. So it is past, present, future, everything together in one glance. Krishna is going to reveal to Arjuna. As I said, it is specifically Kala Swarupa, because Arjuna's perplexity about the outcome of the war, Krishna wanted to mitigate that, eradicate that perplexity. Therefore, Krishna, in his universal form as Kala Swarupa, is going to show the outcome of the battle. What is the outcome? Already all the Kauravas are going to be destroyed. So you are not the killer. You don't think that you are the doer. Actually, the doer is Krishna. Krishna has already killed them, and Krishna just wanted Arjuna to be an instrument in his hands. And then Krishna says, but you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give to you divine eyes by which you can behold my mystic opulence. Now, just now I said in the beginning that this universal form is material form. And the original form of Krishna, that is Satchidananda Vigraha, Shama Sundara Muralidhara Dvibhuja form, was already standing in front of Arjuna. Then why is Krishna saying that you will not be able to see my universal form, which is actually material, with your ordinary eyes? I will give you Divya Chakshuhu, divine vision I will give you. Why is Krishna saying that? The reason is, the effulgence of the universal form is too much for the ordinary material eyes to behold. That also description comes. If thousands of suns rose simultaneously on the sky, what will be the combined effulgence of thousands of suns together? That was the effulgence of the universal form, and Arjuna's ordinary eyes would not be capable of beholding or tolerating that effulgence. Therefore, special eyes were required to see the Vishwarupa, and Krishna says, I will give you that special divine eyes. Now Sanjaya is reporting now to Dhritarashtra. He is saying, O king, speaking thus, the Supreme, the Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. And what did Arjuna and Sanjaya see in that universal form? Sanjaya is giving a glimpse of that for all of us. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths and unlimited eyes. It was all wondrous. The form was decorated with rose up at once into the sky. They might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. Hundreds of thousands. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapad Uttita Yadi Bhar Sadrishi Sasya Bhasastasya Mahatmana. So here Sanjaya is describing the Supreme Lord in his universal form as Mahatmana, the great Lord. He is the great Lord. And what was his effulgence? If hundreds of thousands of suns rose simultaneously in the sky, that effulgence, combined effulgence, can be compared to the effulgence of that Mahatmana, the great Lord in his universal form. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. So that means, Prabhupada is writing, sitting on his chariot, Arjuna could see all these universes. But no one could understand what was going on between Arjuna and Krishna. Only Arjuna was able to see this, not anybody else, because only he had got that special eyes to behold the universal form. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna began to pray with folded hands, offering obeisances to the Supreme Lord. So, what was the reaction? What happened to Arjuna after seeing that wonderful form? He was bewildered. He was bewildered, astonished, and his hair stood on end. Hrushta Roma. Roma means hair. Hrushta, all the hair were standing. That means it was an unexpected and out of the world experience. Because Krishna was showing the entire world. So it was definitely out of the world experience. Right? So, and it's very natural for a devotee like Arjuna to offer prayers to the Lord. See, prayers are very important. Prayers, why does a devotee offer prayers to the Lord? Devotee offers prayers to the Lord to glorify the Lord. The Lord is the only one who is worthy of glorification. His glories alone are true. All other glorifications of people in this world are simply fake. Because all our so-called glories are temporary and they are bestowed upon us by the Supreme Lord. So a devotee does not prefer to glorify anybody in this material world. He always uses his tongue to glorify the Lord alone. And that is the right use of our power of speech.
We should use our tongue to chant the holy names of the Lord, to glorify the Lord. Prabhupada says our training program is tongue training program. What is our training in Krishna consciousness? Tongue training. We have to use our tongue, we have to train our tongue to chant Hare Krishna and to take prasadam. That's all. That is our process. Krishna consciousness means how to train our tongue to always chant the glories of the Lord and only take prasadam. This is our training. So, Arjuna had already offered a few prayers of glorification in the 10th chapter to Krishna in his two-handed form. Now, when Krishna showed his universal form, Arjuna is offering some more prayers of glorification. So, Arjuna is teaching all of us that we are actually meant to glorify the Lord. When we glorify the Lord, we become purified. So, therefore, we should glorify. So, let us see what Arjuna is glorifying. Arjuna uvacha pashyami devanstava deva dehe sarvamstatha bhuta vishesha sanghan brahmanamisham kamalasanastham rishimscha sarvanurugamscha divyan. Arjuna said, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled together in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and many sages and divine serpents. So Arjuna could see all of this within all the devatas. As the Bhagavatam says, Harir Sarva Deva Mayo Harihi. Krishna, Hari, is the sum total of all the devatas. Actually, all the devatas are different bodily limbs of the universal form of Krishna. So, that is elaborately described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vishwarupa of the form of the Lord, how a devotee should meditate, how a yogi should meditate on the different bodily limbs of the universal form of the Lord. That is described in the Bhagavatam. So here Arjuna is saying that I am seeing Brahma sitting on the lotus, I am seeing Lord Shiva, I am seeing the great serpents, Uruga. All of these, Prabhupada writes, the snake bed is called Vasuki. There are also other snakes known as, like Vasuki, Arjuna can see from the Garbhodakashaya Vishnu up to the topmost part of the universe on the lotus flower planet, where Brahma, the first creature of the universe, resides. That means from the beginning to the end, everything could be seen by Arjuna sitting in one place on his chariot. This was possible by the grace of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So let us see what else Arjuna glorifies. Anika bahudara vaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvato nantarupam nantam na madhyam na punashtavadim Pashyami Vishveshwara Vishwarupam. O Lord of the universe, I see in your universal body many forms, bellies, mouths, eyes, expanded without limit. There is no end, there is no beginning, and there is no middle to all this. Actually, in the 10th chapter, Krishna, when Arjuna asked Krishna, please describe your opulences, Krishna says, actually, there is no beginning, there is no end for my opulences. I will only give a list of prominent opulences of mine. So, in the 10th chapter, whatever theory Krishna spoke, in the 11th chapter, he demonstrated it practically. Right? So, for those people who say that Krishna is such an egoistic person, he is self-glorifying himself, for them this is the proof. The 11th chapter is the proof. Krishna not only speaks, but he also is able to display his greatness. That only God can do. An ordinary impostor may speak big things about himself. He may say that I am incarnation of God. But when you ask him, can you please show your universal form? He will not be able to show. So there his dhongi, everything, dhong will come out. Isn't it? Now let's see what Arjuna prays next. Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha तेजो राशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तं पश्यामि त्वां दुर्निरीक्ष्यं समन्तात् दीप्तानलार्काद्युतिमप्रमेयम्. Your form, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs, is difficult to see, Durnirekshyam, because of its glaring effulgence, Tejo Rashim, which is fiery and immeasurable like the sun. So, Krishna's, that universal form's glare is called Aprameyam. It is immeasurable. Meyam means to measure. Prameyam means to measure nicely. Aprameyam, it is not at all possible to measure the Lord and His glories. And here specifically the effulgence that was coming out of the universal form. Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tvamavyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastvam purusho mato me. Actually, we should learn these prayers and we should offer these prayers to the Lord regularly. These prayers are all realizations of Arjuna after seeing the universal form of the Lord. So Arjuna is saying, you are the supreme primal objective. You are the best in all the universes. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of religion, the eternal personality of Godhead. Right? So when we meet a great person, we tend to tell like this: you are this, you have done like this, you are so great, you are so powerful, your influence is so much. Right? But actually all these glorifications are due only to the Lord. So therefore we should only glorify the Lord who is actually worthy of all glorification. So what is the glorification? Tvam aksharam, you are inexhaustible. Kshara means that which undergoes deterioration. But the Lord is aksharam. He doesn't undergo deterioration because he does not accept a material body. Therefore, in his original spiritual form, he is aksharam. He is inexhaustible. And paramam veditavyam. You are the supreme person to be known. Veditavyam. Whom the Vedas are glorifying. The goal of all the Vedas is you only. And Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam. Nidhanam means the basis, the support on which this universe is standing. What is the support of this universe? That is you only. And Tvamavyaya Avyayaha, you are inexhaustible. And Shashvata Dharma Gopta, you are Shashvata, you are eternal. Dharma Gopta, you are the protector of all true religious principles. And you are Sanatana, you are eternal. And you are the original Purusha. You are the supreme personality. Matome, this is my opinion. Arjuna is saying. After seeing you, this is what I can understand. Anadi madhyantam ananta viryam ananta bahum shashi surya netram pashyami tvam deepta hutasha vaktram swatejasa vishvamidam tapantam. You are the origin without beginning, middle or end. Anadi. Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. He is Anadi. He has no beginning and he has no Madhya. He has no Anta. So Anadi Madhyantam. The prefix A should be added to all the three. Adi, Madhya, Antam. Anadi Madhyantam means he has no beginning, no middle, no end. And Ananta Viryam, his glories are unlimited. Virya means glories. And Ananta Bahum, he has got unlimited arms. Now this is confirmed in the Yajurveda, in the Purusha Sukta. Sahasra Shirsham, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapa. Sabhumin Vishwato Vritva Atyadishta Dashangulam. So even in the Narayana Sukta also it is described. Sahasra Shirsham Devam Vishwakyam Vishwasambhavam. Like that. So here the Lord has got unlimited arms and his eyes are Shashi Surya Netram. The universal form's eyes are Shashi and Surya, the sun and the moon. And Arjuna is saying, Pashyami, I am seeing. What am I seeing? Tvam deepta hutasha vaktram. So fire is coming out from your vaktram, from your mouths. Fires are coming, fire is coming. Why that form was displayed? Because that represents the Kala. Arjuna, Krishna has specifically come to the battle of Kurukshetra as Kala. That Krishna is going to speak now. When Arjuna asks, who are you? Right? So he says, I am Kala. I have come to engage everybody in this battlefield of Kurukshetra. With the exception of you, Arjuna, the Pandavas, everyone is going to be finished. That is my mission. I have come for that mission. Right? So from his fiery mouths, from his mouth fire is coming out. Swatejasa vishwamidam tapantam. Because of your radiance, the entire universe is getting heated up. Right? Then Dvava prithivyoridhamantaram hi vyaptam tvayekena dishascha sarvaha drishtvaadbhutam rupamugram tavedam lokatrayam pravyatitam mahatman. Although you are one, you are spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O Great One, as I behold this terrible form, I see that all the planetary systems are perplexed. So, Dhyau means outer space, Prithvi means earth, and Antaram, between. So, this universal form is occupying Dhyau, the outer space, it is occupying Prithvi, the earth, and it is also occupying the space between the two. Just like Vamana Deva expanded himself in the universal form and he conquered the three worlds, that is a different form. That is also universal form. Now a very similar form Arjuna saw. Then Amihitvam surasangha vishanti kechit bhita pranjalayo grunanti swasti tyuktva maharshi siddha sangha stuvanti tvam stutibhi pushkalabhihi. All the demigods are surrendering and entering into you. They are very much afraid, and with folded hands they are singing the Vedic hymns. Surasangha, all the groups of demigods, they all are entering into this universal form, Arjuna saw, and they are folding their hands and they are offering prayers to the Lord. They are all surrendering to the Lord. They are offering Vedic mantras in glorification of the Lord. Rudraditya vasavo ye cha sadhya vishveshvinau marutaschoshmapascha gandharva yakshasura siddha sangha vikshante tvam vismitaschaiva sarve. The different manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishwadevas, the two Ashwins, the Maruts, the forefathers and the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, Asuras, and all perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. So in the previous shloka, Arjuna said all different types of demigods, Surasanghaha, they are all seeing you, they are surrendering to you, they are offering prayers to you. Now he is describing the different groups of Suras, the groups of different types of Devatas. So Rudras, the Ekadasha Rudras, the 11 expansions of Lord Shiva. Adityas, the Dvadasha Adityas, the 12 Adityas who are the sons of Aditi. And Vasavaha, the Vasus, the 8 Vasus. And then Vasus are also one category of Devatas. Bhishma is an incarnation of one of the Vasus called Dhyau Vasu. Right? And then Sadhyas is another category of Devatas who assist the Lord. And then Vishwe Devatas. Vishwe Devatas are another kind of Devatas. They are worshipped in the Shraddha ceremony. The Vishwe Devatas are worshipped. And then Ashwinaha, the Ashwini Kumaras, the twins, Ashwini Kumaras, and Maruts. There are 49 Maruts. They are the demigods who control the different movements of airs. There are 49 Maruts. And all of these, different kinds of devatas. They are all assembled, and Gandharvas also, and Ushmapaha means the forefathers, the Pitrus, the Pitru Devatas, who are all residents of Pitruloka, and the head of all the Pitrus is Aryama and Yamaraja, both of them. So they are also there. And Gandharvas, they are the celestial singers in the Gandharva Loka. And Yakshas are another category of Devatas headed by Kubera. Kubera is the king of the Yakshas. And Asura, even the demons have come. So demons are also surrendering to Krishna. They are also seeing the Lord, his universal form, with wonder. Siddhas, another category of devatas who reside in the Siddha Loka. And all of these people, vikshante tvam vismitaschaiva sarve vismitaha. They are all wondering, bewildered. All of a sudden this form has come. That means whatever the Lord was displaying, everyone was able to see in the universe. All the devatas were able to see. So it was a universal event which was attended by everybody. All the 33 crore devatas, they came to see. They came to see means what? Actually, they did not come. They were there only, wherever they were. Because the universal form was spreading out throughout the universe. So everybody was able to see. Rupam mahate bahuvatra netram mahabaho bahubahurupadam bahudaram bahudam shrakaralam drishtva loka pravyatitas tathaham. O mighty armed one, Mahabaho, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed. They are disturbed. Pravyatitaha. At seeing your many faces, eyes, arms, bellies and legs, and your terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. Everybody is disturbed, I am also disturbed. Nabhasprisham deeptam anekavarnam vyattananam deepta vishala netram drishtva hitvam pravyatitantaratma dhrutim na vindami shamam na Vishnu. O Vishnu, O all-pervading Vishnu, I can no longer maintain my equilibrium. Seeing your radiant colors fill the skies and beholding your eyes and mouths, I am afraid. So he is afraid. He has lost his mental tranquility. Shamam means mental tranquility, equilibrium. Arjuna has lost upon seeing the unlimited eyes and unlimited mouths and the glowing effulgence of the universal form. Damshtra karalani chate mukhani drishtva kalanala sannibhani disho na jane na labhe cha sharma prasida devesha jagannivasa. Prasida, please be pacified, he is saying. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered. Actually, Prabhupada explains that the display of the universal form by the Lord disturbed the Sakhya Rasa between Krishna and Arjuna. Sakhya Rasa, the friendly dealings between Krishna and Arjuna. Of course, in the beginning, the second chapter, Arjuna says, let us stop the friendly talks. Now I am a soul surrendered to you, your disciple. You become my spiritual master and instruct me. But still the Sakhya Rasa was there between Arjuna and Krishna. So that Sakhya Rasa, the friendly affection, got disturbed upon seeing the universal form. Ami chatvam dhritarashtrasya putraha sarve sahaivavanila sangaihi Bhishmo drona suta putrastathaso sahasmadiyairapi yodha mukhyaihi vaktrani te tvaramana vishanti damshtra karalani bhayanakani केचित् विलग्ना दशनान्तरेषु सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णितैरुक्तमाङ्गैः. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings and Bhishma, Drona and Karna, and all our soldiers are rushing into your mouths, their heads smashed by your fearful teeth. I see that some are being crushed between your teeth as well. So, the universal form's teeth are crushing the opposite party, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, all the sons of Dhritarashtra, and the soldiers of both the sides, everybody. Right? So, the final outcome of the war, Krishna is showing in the universal form. Yatha nadinam bahavombuvega samudrameva vimukha dravanti tatha tavami naraloka vira vishanti vaktranya vijihvalanti. So, as the rivers flow into the sea, so all these great warriors enter your blazing mouths and perish. So, this is one of the analogies Arjuna is using to describe what is happening in the universal form. Just like rivers are entering into sea, like that all these rivers of warriors are entering into your blazing mouths and they are being destroyed. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samruddha vegaha tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokaha tavapi vaktrani samruddha vegaha. Here also another analogy Arjuna is using. I see all people rushing with full speed into your mouths as moths dash into a blazing fire. So when moths during rainy season, they get attracted to fire, source of light. So when they get attracted to the fire, they enter into the fire and they get burned. So like that, Krishna is attracting everybody, all the warriors, and they're rushing with full speed into the mouths of the universal form and they are getting burned like moths. Lelihyase grasamanas samantan lokan samagran vadanairjvaladbhihi tejobhirapurya jagat samagram bhasastavogra pratapanti Vishnu. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people in your flaming mouths and covering the universe with your immeasurable rays, scorching the worlds, you are manifest. Akhyahi me ko bhavanugra rupo namostu te devavara prasida vijñātumichhāmi bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. So after glorifying the Lord fully, now Arjuna is asking, who are you and what is your purpose? Right? So it is like, suppose you are walking with your friend. You know your friend from many days. You are walking with him to your school or college every day from your house. Every day you are seeing him. He is behaving like an ordinary person. He is an ordinary friend. But all of a sudden, let's say, a group of thieves, dacoits attack you both. And your friend, who was like an ordinary person, all of a sudden comes out like a superhero and he starts fighting with all of them and defeats those dacoits or thieves who have attacked you. That time you will be astonished. I thought this is an ordinary person like me. From where did he get all this power? All of a sudden he has become a Superman. Then he will ask, who are you? You will ask, who are you? How did you get this strength so much? Kya khate ho aap? Like that some people ask. Right? So Arjuna was wondering and he is asking, who are you? He is Krishna, your friend. But why is he asking, who are you? Because he is astonished. He has not seen such a form before. He is saying, O Lord of Lords, Deva Deva, Namostute, Deva Vara. So fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. Prasida. I do not know what your mission is. Tava pravrittim nahi prajanami. What is your pravritti? What is your mission? For what purpose you have come here? I do not know. And I desire to hear of it. Vijñātum ichchāmi. Bhavantam pravrittim. I want to know your mission. And immediately the Lord is replying, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Kalosmi lokakshayat krit pravriddho lokan samahartumiha pravrittaha rute pitvam na bhavishyanti sarve yevastita pratyanikeshu yodha. The blessed Lord said, Kalosmi, asmi kalaha. I am time. Time I am. Destroyer of the worlds. Loka kshaya krit pravrittaha. So, Kala is the destroyer. It is because of the influence of Kala, everything gets destroyed in this world. Our youthful bodies, under the influence of Kala, undergo old age, become weak, and finally the bodies perish. This is the influence of Kala. Everything in this world perishes because of the influence of Kala. So Kala's function is Loka Kshaya, to bring about destruction of this world. So Kala is actually Krishna. Kala is the agent of Krishna. Actually, Kala is Krishna himself. Kalaya Kalanabhaya. There is one prayer Nagapatni's offer to Krishna is there in the 10th canto Bhagavatam. You are Kala himself. Krishna is Kala himself. So, this deterioration, because this material world is subjected to the influence of Kala, it goes through the cycles of creation and destruction. Whereas the spiritual world, there is no influence of Kala, therefore it is Sanatana Dhamma. Right? So, time I am, destroyer of the worlds, and I have come to engage all people. So everybody, Krishna's Kala Swarupa has come to the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he is engaging all the warriors who have assembled there on the battlefield to fulfill his mission. What is Krishna's mission? Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam. So for that purpose he has come in the form of Kala, and he is engaging all the warriors. And originally Krishna had incarnated to reduce the burden of Mother Earth. If you read Krishna book, first chapter, we see that Mother Earth was overburdened by the demoniac kings who had who had populated this world, this earth. So she wanted relief. We may ask, what is this? Mother Earth is able to bear such big buildings and big things. Why is she becoming overburdened? So she actually becomes overburdened not by the big structures or the heaviness, physical heaviness of people. She becomes overburdened because of the sinful activities committed by the materialistic people. So whenever she is overburdened by such sins, increase in the sins, she goes to the Lord to appeal. And the Lord says, very soon I shall incarnate and I shall relieve you. And that is why, in order to fulfill the promise that he had given to Mother Earth, Krishna conducted this battle of Kurukshetra. So in one place, such huge gathering, millions of people assembled, and Krishna wanted to free them, free the Mother Earth from all these sinful people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. Krishna is saying, Tasma tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham mayaivaite nihita purvameva nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. Therefore, get up and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachin, can be but an instrument in the fight. Savyasachin is a name of Arjuna. It refers to one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the field. Thus, Arjuna is addressed as an expert warrior capable of delivering arrows to kill his enemies. Just become an instrument, nimitta matram. So, did the arrows of Arjuna kill all those people? No. They are already killed by Kala, Krishna. They are already killed, and Krishna wants Arjuna to take credit by shooting his arrows. That is why he is addressing this particular name, Sabyasachi. You expertly can shoot arrows, no? You shoot now. You shoot arrows at those people who are already killed by me. And in this way, you become glorified. I want you to get these glories. So, Arjuna glorified Krishna, now Krishna's turn to glorify Arjuna. That's a reciprocal relation between the Lord and his pure devotees. And actually, there was one personality who was observing the entire war, battlefield of Kurukshetra. And he was the grandson of Bhima. Bhima's son is Ghatotkacha. Ghatotkacha's son is Barbarika. So this Barbarika, he was observing. That's a different story. But he was observing everything, what was happening on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So in Mahabharata, the description comes, after the battle of Kurukshetra, the Pandavas, they were talking to themselves. Bhima was saying, I killed all the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra. Arjuna said, I killed Bhishma, I killed Drona, Karna and all of them. So everyone was saying, but then there was a voice which they heard loudly laughing. Oh, you all people, you are saying, you killed. No! I only saw Krishna's Sudarshana Chakra killing everybody. These were the words of Barbarika. So actually it was Krishna only who killed everybody, but Arjuna got the credit. Arjuna, Bhima, Pandavas got the credit because Krishna wanted to give credit to his pure devotees. The blessed Lord said, all the great warriors, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna are already destroyed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies. Now this is a very important realization that a devotee must have. Naham karta, harirhi karta. Who is the karta? Who is the doer? I am not the doer, Krishna is the doer. Whenever we engage in devotional service, this should be our mood. I am not the doer, Krishna is the doer. I am an instrument in the hands of Guru and Krishna. In this mood, when we fight or when we engage in a devotional service, we will not become proud. Krishna is using me as an instrument, and that's the reality. Right? We may be doing some very good work and we may be proud of our abilities, but in a moment's notice, Krishna can withdraw all the abilities that we have, and then you won't be able to do the same work as before. So that means we should be conscious that Krishna is engaging me. Krishna has empowered me. I am just an instrument in Krishna's hands. And since Krishna has given me these abilities, I should use all these abilities for his pleasure, in his service. I should not make my own independent plans of enjoyment. I should just understand the plan of the Lord and execute his will. This is the sum and substance of Bhagavad Gita. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Essence of Bhagavad Gita is, do not make independent plans. Understand the Lord's plan, execute his plan, and you will be happy. That is the way to achieve happiness. If we make our own independent plans, we will only get caught up in the complex network of Maya. So, therefore, we should understand what is the Lord's plan, use all our abilities, talents in executing his plan, and in that way we will be attaining perfection. So let's see now. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna trembled fearfully, offered obeisances with folded hands, and began falteringly to speak as follows. So some more glorification Arjuna is doing now. O Hrishikesha, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. So the perfected beings glorify the Lord, they become happy upon hearing about the Lord. But those who are asuras, they fear the Lord. And Krishna is saying this is correct. Arjuna is saying this is right. So who actually fears the Lord? One who has transgressed the laws of the Lord. Just like a thief is always fearful because he knows I have broken the laws, and anytime the police will catch me, put me behind bars, they will punish me. So a person who has done sinful activities, or a person who has transgressed the laws of the Lord, is an asura, and such an asura will always be fearful. So fear, in Bible it is said, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Right? Actually, people who are not civilized, for them fear of God is really the beginning of wisdom. At least you must have fear that what am I doing? I am breaking the commandments. God has said thou shalt not kill, and I am killing every day and eating innocent animals. Where is the fear of God? There is no fear of God. So fear of God one should develop. There are different ways in the Bhagavatam 7th canto. Narad Muni explains this to Yudhishthir Maharaj. Different devotees approach Krishna through different reasons. Some approach Krishna through fear, like the dead demons. Some approach Krishna through desire, like the gopis. Some approach Krishna through knowledge. Like this, there are different this thing. So, those who have not yet developed understanding about the true glories of the Lord, at least fear of God is required, so that they will abstain from committing sinful activities. So the demons are always fearful of the Lord. But a devotee need not be fearful of the Lord. Just like when Narsimha Deva appeared, even though all the devatas were fearful of the form of Narsimha Deva, but Prahlad was not fearful. Like a cub is not fearful of the father and mother lion. Cub is very happily playing with the lion. For the other people, lion is ferocious. But for the cub, lion is not ferocious. Like that, we have to become a cub of the Lord. We'll try to finish this. O great one who stands above even Brahma, you are the original master. Why should they not offer their homage up to you, O limitless one, O refuge of the universe? You are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. So even Brahma, Shiva, all the devatas, they are offering prayers and they are all glorifying you. And that is right, because you are the source of everyone. So you are transcendental to this material manifestation. You are the original personality, the Godhead. You are the only sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You know everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are above the material modes, O limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Whenever a devotee opens his mouth, he only glorifies the Lord. So that is a quality of a devotee. Not only in this particular chapter, after seeing universal form, Arjuna is glorifying. Throughout the Bhagavad Gita, by calling out different names of Krishna, Arjuna is glorifying Krishna. Madhusudana, Keshava, Rishikesha, Govinda, all these names, Arjuna is addressing Krishna. So he is glorifying the Lord throughout. That is the nature of a devotee. So Krishna is the original personality and he is the source of everyone. You are air, fire, water, and you are the moon. You are the supreme controller and the grandfather. Thus, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times and yet again. So, Prapitamaha. So, Brahmaji is Pitamaha. He is the father of all the living entities within this material world. Actually, he is the father of all the devatas. And his father is Krishna, therefore Krishna is Prapitamaha. Right? Baap ke bhi baap, that is Krishna's position. So who is Krishna? So he is father's father. He is Brahma's father. So he's saying, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times. Namo namastestu sahasra kritvaha punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. Again and again I will offer, 1,000 times I will offer my obeisances unto you. And then now he's saying, I offer you obeisances from all directions. Obeisances from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless mind. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything. Sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. In the Vishnu Sahasranama, 1,000 names of the Lord, which Bhishma Deva chanted, one of the names of the Lord is Sarvaha. Sarvaha. The Lord is Sarvaha. The Lord is everything. So what is the definition of Sarvaha that is given here? Sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. Why he is called Sarvaha? Because he is all encompassing. He is all pervading. There is nothing which is existing outside him. Therefore he is called Sarvaha. Right? Then, now he is asking apology. Arjuna is asking some apology to Krishna. He is saying, I have in the past addressed you as O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Sakheti. I have called you like that without knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times while relaxing or while lying on the same bed or eating together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. Please excuse me for all my offenses. See? So, here, Arjuna, as I said, his Sakhya Rasa is disturbed now. Generally, a friend will not ask forgiveness from another friend for casual conversations and talking to him lightly like that. But here, now he understood that friend of mine whom I was considering to be an ordinary friend is not an ordinary friend. Of course, Arjuna knew that Krishna is not ordinary, but after seeing the universal form, the Aishwarya Bhava within Arjuna was evoked and the Sakhya Bhava subsided. So there was a Rasa Bhasa. This is called Rasa Bhasa. Conflict of Rasa. Rasa means a kind of relationship that a devotee exchanges with Krishna. He was exchanging intimate Sakhya Rasa, friendly relationship. Now all of a sudden Krishna displayed his universal form, and this brought about a different dimension in that relationship. So therefore he is asking forgiveness. I have just casually called you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O Sakha. Like this I have called you without knowing your glories. And out of madness or out of love, I have done so many things to you. And sometimes I have insulted you also, personally or in front of others. And I have insulted you by sharing the same bed. Sometimes Krishna would visit Indraprastha and Krishna would stay in the room of Arjuna because they were friends. Roomies they became, and they were sharing the same bed that time. And actually, who is Krishna? He is sleeping on the Ananta Shesha. That is his position. But he is agreed to sleep next to Arjuna on the ordinary bed that he had. So now he is remembering all that, and he is. So this is called Seva Aparadha. So remember, for asking forgiveness for Seva Aparadha, devotee should ask, my dear Lord, I have chanted your holy names inattentively so many times. Please forgive me. while coming to have darshan, I have not properly offered obeisances to you, I have not properly offered prayers to you, please forgive me. So we have to ask forgiveness. We have to ask forgiveness for offenses that we have committed unknowingly or knowingly. We must also ask forgiveness for missed opportunities of service. Missed service opportunities. One is while doing seva, you have done aparadha. Sometimes by not accepting opportunities for seva, that also is aparadha. That also we should ask forgiveness. Actually, every moment we should be asking forgiveness because we have done so many offenses against the Lord. Forgetting the Lord is an offense. Acting independently is an offense. In that way, our life in this material world is full of offenses. Therefore, we should every moment, 24/7, we should be offering prayers and seek forgiveness of the Lord. But the Lord is Karuna Sindhu, He is an ocean of mercy. So, He will forgive all our offenses. If we determine that I will not continue to do those offenses, if we make a resolve and if we surrender to Him, Krishna will forgive our unlimited offenses. So He's asking, please excuse me for all my offenses. You are the Father of this complete cosmic manifestation, the worshipable chief, the spiritual master. No one is equal to you, nor can anyone be one with you. Within the three words, you are immeasurable. See, this immeasurable thing comes again and again. Apramiyam. You are immeasurable. Apratima. Nobody is equal to you. Right? So, this is the verse, even in the Vedas it is said, Natasya samam adhikascha drishyate. There is no one equal to Krishna. Forget about somebody greater than him. No question at all. There is nobody equal to him. There is nobody greater than him. This is God. Everybody is lesser than him only. So all of us therefore have to, with humility, we have to surrender to Krishna. Why we have to surrender to Krishna? Because He is the greatest personality. That is why we have to surrender to Him. And you are the Supreme Lord, to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respects and ask your mercy. Please tolerate the wrongs that I may have done to you and bear with me as a father with his son, or a friend with his friend, or a lover with his beloved. So, just like a father, tolerates all offenses of his child. A child may be playing on the lap of his father or mother, and while playing with his legs, he will kick the child, father or the mother. Will the father or mother take offense and punish the child? No. Because child is innocent, child is ignorant. A child doesn't know. So like that you please forgive, that I am ignorant. Like a father forgiving his child's offenses, or a friend forgiving his friend, or a lover forgiving his beloved, like that you please forgive all my offenses and misdoings. After seeing this universal form which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. I only asked you to show, you have shown me the universal form, but I am very disturbed. I want to see your peaceful form once again. Please show me that form. Which particular form? He wants to first see the Chaturbhuja Narayana form. He's saying, Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrahastam Ichhami Tvam Drashtumaham Tataiva. So he's saying, Oh universal Lord, I wish to see you in your four-handed form, with helmeted head, Kirita, and with club Gada, wheel, Chakra, conch, Shankha, and lotus flower, Padma, in your hands. I long to see you in that form. So this is the Vaikuntha form he wanted to see, the four-handed Narayana form. So the four-handed Narayana form, Chaturbhuja Vishnu form, is not the original form of the Lord. The original form of the Lord is Dvibhuja, two-handed form. The two-handed form, Arjuna wanted to show to the world, the two-handed form is the original source of both Chaturbhuja form and the Vishwarupa. Therefore, he is requesting, now you show a Chaturbhuja form. Right? The two-handed form was able to show the universal form and the Chaturbhuja form. Therefore, the two-handed form is the original source of all the Vishnumurti forms. Now the Lord is saying, my dear Arjuna, happily do I show you this universal form within this material world by my internal potency. No one before you has ever seen this unlimited and glaringly effulgent form. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charities or similar activities can this form be seen. Only you have seen this. Your mind has been perturbed upon seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free from all disturbance. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. So now the Lord is revealing His four-handed form, Shantakaram. His form is very peaceful. It is just opposite to the Ugra Vishwarupa form, Kala Rupa that he showed just now. Now Sanjaya is reporting to Dhritarashtra. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, while speaking thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-handed form, and at last he showed him his two-handed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. Arjuna said, when Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, my mind is now pacified, and I am restored to my original nature. Now, human-like form means what? So, Manusham Rupam, his form resembles a human-like form, but he is not a human being. In fact, there is a philosophy called anthropomorphology. Anthropomorphy, right? Anthropomorphism means what? Morphology means form. Morph means forms. Anthropomorphology means they say that since we all have human form, we have imposed a human-like form on God, and we are worshipping God in that human-like form because we can easily relate with human form. But that is not the truth. God has given His own form to us, a form similar to His form to us. We have not given a form to God. So the impersonalists think like that. We have imagined a form of God. No, we have not imagined any form of God. God, Krishna, has given a form similar to His own to the human beings. Man is born in the image of God, it is said. So we are having a form which is resembling Krishna's form. So therefore here when we say Manusham Rupam, that is the original form of Krishna. And he says, after seeing this original form, my mind is pacified. The Lord said, my dear Arjuna, the form which you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form which is so dear. That means that universal form, Krishna said, Adrishta Purvam, only you are seeing first. Through you, all the devatas are also seeing, because we saw that devatas were also offering prayers. But this form, the original two-handed form, even the devatas are hankering to see this original form every day. Nityam Darshana Kamshinaha. Always, they are eagerly, eternally waiting to see this form. That is why, when Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki, all the devatas appear and offer prayers. Garbhastuti, they offer. And it is also described in the Bhagavatam, it was a daily affair for the citizens of Dwaraka to see demigods walking in their streets, because they would come and to have darshan of Krishna, Dwarakadish Krishna, two-handed form. So therefore, Nityam Darshana Kamshinaha. So everybody, all the devatas are also eager to see the form of the Lord. Not easy to see the form of the Lord. This form, the form which you are seeing with your transcendental eyes, cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am. So, by doing pious activities of the Karma Kanda, by studying the Vedas, by performing charity, by performing tapasya, by worship, you cannot see this original form of Krishna. Then what? How to see? That is saying here. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya aham evam vidhorjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtitum cha parantapa. Praveshtum cha parantapa. My dear Arjuna, O mighty Arjuna, parantapa, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am standing before you and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So, bhaktya to ananya bhakti. Only by ananya bhakti it is possible, shakya, it is possible to know Krishna or to see Krishna. There is no other way. Ananya bhakti means undivided devotional service. Na anya, without letting your mind and attention go to any other personality. Fix your mind fully on me. That is Ananya Bhakti. Krishna has already used this word Ananya in the 9th chapter also when he said, what is the verse? Ananyas chintayanto mam yejana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyanam. So Krishna has promised, if you engage in my undivided devotional service, I will take care of all your needs. I will preserve what you have and I will supply what you lack. So this is the yoga kshema that the Lord takes care of his pure devotee. So only by undivided devotional service, pure devotional service, one can know Krishna, one can see Krishna. There is no other way. The last verse of this chapter, Prabhupada says this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, as we discussed in the beginning. It's a long purport Prabhupada has written. Please do read at least that purport, 55th verse purport. You can go back and read. Mat karma krin mat paramo mat bhakta sanga varjitaha nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yassamameti pandava. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. My dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. See, the whole purpose, everywhere Krishna is bringing up this point, come back to me. Right? Come back to me. In the 9th chapter also towards the end, Krishna says that. What is that Krishna says? In the 9th chapter. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Engage your mind always in thinking of me, offer obeisances and worship me, being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Come to me. So everywhere Krishna is saying, come to me, come back to me. What are you doing here? Isn't it? Even in the 8th chapter also Krishna said this. What is that? Tasma sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha mayarpita manobuddhihi mame vaishyasi asamshayaha. He said, therefore at all times think of me and engage in your war, fighting. And with your mind absorbed in me completely, you will definitely come back to me without doubt. Asamshaya. So the whole Bhagavad Gita, what is Krishna repeatedly saying? Come back to me. You belong to me. What are you doing here? You come to me. This is what we have to understand. We are not supposed to make a permanent settlement in this world. We are not supposed to settle down. We are supposed to go back to Krishna. And Krishna is saying here, how to go back to Krishna? Mat karma krin. Do my work. Do my work. Arjuna, my work is this. I have arranged this battle of Kurukshetra. And as you have seen, I have already decided the outcome of this war. I want you to do this work of being an instrument to carry out my desire. Can the Lord not do himself? He can do. but he wants to glorify his devotee, give a seva opportunity to Arjuna. So Kurukshetra war is a seva opportunity for Arjuna. Like we are all doing book distribution, that is a seva opportunity. The Lord has already decided who should read Bhagavad Gita. Because he is only seated in everyone's heart. He knows who are the people who are seeking him, who are ready to surrender to him. He knows. Now, if the Lord wants, he can reach out this message to such sincere souls in whatever way, mystically. But still Prabhupada has chosen us. Nimitta matram bhava. You become instrument in my hands and reach out this transcendental knowledge to all those sincere seekers. And by this we become glorified. Right? So that is the process. So mat karma krin mat paramaha. Considering me to be the goal of your life. We should consider Krishna to be the goal, to be the ultimate destination. And mat bhaktaha. Engage in my devotional service, become my devotee. Sanghavarjitaha, become free from all kinds of contamination of previous activities and mental speculation. Because Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha. He has already told that in the second chapter. So now he is saying Sanghavarjitaha. Become free from all that Sangha which is unfavorable to become my devotee. Become free from Asat Sangha. Right? And then Nirvairaha, do not consider anybody to be as your enemy. See, Krishna is telling this to Arjuna on the battlefield. He is supposed to go and fight now. Right? He is telling Nirvairaha. You should fight against Bhishma, Drona, not considering them to be your enemies. You have to fight against them because I want you to fight. That's all. As a seva, to me you should fight. Nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu. So be friendly to everybody. Right? And then if you do like this, then yassa mameti, you will come back to me, Pandava, O son of Pandu. So this is the essence of this Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, how to be friendly to everybody? Here Prabhupada writes, a devotee of Krishna is friendly to everyone. Therefore it is said here that he has no enemy. How is this? A devotee situated in Krishna consciousness knows that only devotional service to Krishna can relieve a person from all the problems of life. He has personal experience of this, and therefore he wants to introduce this system, Krishna consciousness, into human society. There are many examples in history of devotees of the Lord risking their lives for spreading of God consciousness. The favorite example is Lord Jesus Christ. He was crucified by the non-devotees, but he sacrificed his life for spreading God consciousness. Of course, it would be superficial to understand that he was killed. Similarly, in India also there are many examples such as Thakur Haridasa. Why such risk? Because they wanted to spread Krishna consciousness and it is difficult. A Krishna conscious person knows that if a man is suffering, it is due to his forgetfulness of his eternal relationship with Krishna. Therefore, the highest benefit one can render to human society is relieving one's neighbor from all material problems. In such a way, a pure devotee is engaged in the service of the Lord. Now we can imagine how merciful Krishna is to those engaged in his service, risking everything for him. Therefore, it is certain that such persons must reach the supreme planet after leaving the body. So if we risk everything to preach Krishna consciousness, it is rest assured that we will enter Krishna Loka at the end of this life. So that is what Prabhupada is saying. So therefore, let us read the last. One should understand therefore that the purport of this 11th chapter is that the form of Krishna is essential and supreme. And here in the beginning, Prabhupada writes, anyone who wants to approach the supreme of all the personalities of Godhead on the Krishna Loka planet in the spiritual sky and be intimately connected with the supreme personality Krishna must take this formula as it is stated by the Supreme Himself. Therefore, this verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So this verse is a Bhagavad Gita essence. So if somebody asks you, can you tell shortly what is Bhagavad Gita? You can open this shloka 11.55 and explain. So the essence of Bhagavad Gita is we should go back to Krishna and we should engage. Therefore, we have to prepare ourselves for that. We have to engage in His devotional service. That is the essence of this chapter, the entire Bhagavad Gita. We'll stop here. Any questions? Yeah.
It's about the pride you mentioned that we should not take pride that we are doing this, but we should consider that we are nimittamaatra. But sometimes we take pride in that also. Krishna has given us, not others. So, how to not take pride in that?
So by being conscious that actually I can't do anything without the Lord's empowerment. Actually, example is given. A tree which has no fruits stands straight, but a tree which is filled with fruits bends down because of the weight of the fruits. So when we are immature, when we have no sufficient knowledge and realization, that time we are like very, proud. I have done. But actually, no problem. Even with that mentality, continue to render more and more service in the association of devotees, and Krishna will make us humble. Right? Humility is one of the 20 items of knowledge Krishna mentions in the 13th chapter. First item he mentions that only. Amanitvam. Amanitvam means freedom from pride. We should be humble. And in fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said that, right? That only if you are humble, you can chant the Lord's names constantly. So how to become humble? By constantly realizing, constantly thinking, meditating that everything that I am doing, Krishna is empowering me. That's why I am able to do. We have to meditate on this. So book distribution is a wonderful opportunity to learn this. Because you may prepare nicely and present nicely, people may not even care to listen to you. Right? You may not get the desired response. You will face so many rejections. Some other time, without much preparation, simply even without speaking, people themselves will come and take books and go. So that's where we should realize that it is not me who am the doer. Right? I can only be an instrument. We can realize. Therefore, we have to do this practical devotional service. Simply understanding philosophy is not sufficient. We have to get realization. To get realization, we should engage in book distribution, more and more practical devotional service. That time we will get all these realizations and we can become free from pride. Any other question? Please distribute the beads. Yeah. Well, here somebody is asking. Yes, Amrit.
My question is that how to understand Krishna's plan, Lord's plan, how to understand
Kartikeya. Hare Krishna, Kartikeya. Yes. How to understand what is Krishna's plan? Read Bhagavad Gita. What is Krishna's plan? Krishna's plan is all of us should go back to Him. Krishna's plan is that we should give up sense gratification and engage in devotional service to Him. Krishna's plan is Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Always we should engage in glorifying, chanting His holy names. This is Krishna's plan very clearly. Krishna has revealed it throughout the Bhagavad Gita. And Prabhupada has given us the exact process how to execute Krishna's plan. So we should stick to instructions given by Prabhupada and we are executing Krishna's plan. Is that okay? Yes.
Usually, universal form is shown as though there's one personality and there's so many heads coming out. Like even we have this one painting with so many heads,
Yeah.
cruel and very horrifying faces and everything.
Yeah.
But we don't see the form where there are multiple bellies to it. Here in the description, shown that there are multiple faces, multiple teeth, hands, legs, but bellies, how can you be here?
If you get Divya Chakshu, then you can see. That's why it's not easy to conceive. It's not easy to conceive and paint like that. Unlimited heads, okay, unlimited bellies. It's not easy to comprehend and conceive and paint. But the painting that we see here, the universal form, what is the plate number? Yeah, 31. So you can see here the painting. So it is definitely not like what we see in the Mahabharata TV serial. Here it is different. Everywhere there are faces. Everywhere there is Brahma here, there is Lord Shiva. There are so many serpents. Everybody is offering prayers.
So at that time, whoever God chose to reveal his universal form got to see. But here there is a big list of devatas as well as got to see. So specifically some of the Asras, some of the Maruts, Krishna chose
No, they all, it's a universal celestial event.
some of the fires.
Yeah. They all, of course, without the Lord's sanction, they can't see. Their seeing means the Lord has sanctioned. They don't see. They are seeing, and specifically they are. Universal form means everything that exists in the universe he has to show. So Devatas are also included in that. That's why Arjuna is able to see. Devatas are actually different parts of the bodily limbs of the universal form. So Arjuna is seeing that universal. And what are the Devatas doing? They are not simply standing. They are all offering prayers. They are also listening.
It's a part of the universe.
Part of the universal form itself.
It's like Mother Nature.
Mother Yashoda also saw. That was a different universal. Yes.
True. Why Arjuna asked first the four-handed form and then not directly the two-handed?
See, devotee wants to see the Lord in his full glory. So first he saw the universal form. As I already told, Arjuna wants to show to the whole world that this original two-handed form is the source of both Vishwarupa and the four-handed Chaturbhuja form. So the peaceful form is Chaturbhuja form. Shantakaram Bhujagashayinam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gadana Sudrisham Meghavarnam Shubham Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayana Yogi Vidyanagamya Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikanam. So Vishnu, it is Vishnu's form is divine form. Everybody will accept Vishnu is God. Krishna they may not accept, because Krishna is more like a human form. But Arjuna is showing that this human-like form, Krishna's form, is the cause of that divine four-handed form also. That is like that. So the Acharyas in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, our Sampradaya, they have very nicely captured this essence that the original form of God is this two-handed form. That is proven even in this chapter. Right? Original form is Krishna. Even Bhagavatam says, no, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. All the four-handed forms are coming from the two-handed form. In Brahma Vimohana Leela also this is displayed by Krishna. When Krishna expanded himself into so many Chaturbhuja Narayana forms, and each of those forms, Narayana forms, got transformed into cowherd boys and cows. So there also Krishna is showing that he is the source of so many Vishnu forms. So this point is brought out again and again. So original form is Krishna. That is the idea. Yes.
So, the universal form asuras are also playful. So, in other stories and in Vishnu tradition, we say rishis, yogis, and so asuras are always surrendered to Arjuna Kala. Prabhupada also. Is it like
Correct.
that?
Yes. Because of this kala. So asuras are afraid, it says. They are all afraid. Out of fear they are offering prayers and surrendering. And as I said, universal form is everything that exists has to be shown. Everything. Asuras are also part of this universe creation. So he showed that also.
And the Ananya Bhakti. So, like, how we should endeavor for that.
Ananya Bhakti means giving up impersonal ideas, giving up the Mayavadi ideas. In fact, the Acharyas, especially Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, even worshipping Devatas has to be given up. Worshipping Devatas is an impediment for Ananya Bhakti, pure devotional service. A devotee should not depend on anybody else apart from Krishna, even for his material needs also. So one should give up worshipping even Devatas. Of course, when you are worshipping Krishna, you don't have to separately worship Devatas. They are already included in Krishna. That should be the understanding. Separately, we need not worship Devatas. That Krishna has already condemned that in the 7th chapter. Alpamedasana. Those who are less intelligent, they worship the Devatas for temporary benefits. So, devotee should not do that. Especially if one is aspiring to achieve the platform of pure devotional service. One should not worship the Devatas. Or you may say, oh, the gopis performed Katyayani Vrata. They worship Durga Devi to get Krishna as their husband. So gopis are worshipping, why we should not worship? Now the gopis are in a different platform, we cannot imitate them. And also the purpose of their worshipping Katyayani Devi is to get Krishna. Therefore, if at all you are worshipping or praying to any Devatas, we can pray to Devatas that please give me devotional service to Krishna. But one need not have to elaborately, separately do vratas and do pujas of the Devatas. It is not required. And it is not that before coming to Krishna consciousness I was worshipping so many Devatas. Now, if I give them up, they will all become angry at me. No, they will be very happy. That is explained by Lord Shiva in the 4th canto Bhagavatam. When he meets the Prachetas, he says that I am actually very happy to meet devotees of Vasudeva more than meeting my own devotees. So Lord Shiva is more happy to meet or to bless Krishna's devotees more than his own devotees. This is a statement of Krishna, Lord Shiva himself in the Bhagavatam. So therefore all the Devatas, including Mahadeva, the greatest among all the Devatas, will be more happy, most happy if you directly worship Krishna, who is also their worshipable Lord. Any other questions? Okay, let us chant. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama